Oh, this coach became a joke. Speaking of Bill Belichick, perfect timing.
Most people do not achieve greatness in their career like Bill.
I think it's creepy. I get the girl is of age, of course. She's a grown woman, 24, 25. It's pretty much grown. I don't know how much more of an adult you can be till you're an adult, but it's the fact that at 75, your mindset should be so much different than a 25-year-old. I'm 26. I talk to like people in their low 20s, and I'm like, oh, okay, like I'm not where you're at. I used to be there, but like, you know what I mean? Experiences happen in time, you know what I mean? You change. You develop, your lobes develop. I don't know what's going on with him, bro. And clearly he's a thinker. You're a coach. You must be doing some thinking. The only conclusion I can draw is that maybe he likes someone that young. It's easy to just manipulate them. He knows how to control the mind of a 20-something-year-old.
Belichick, one entirely undefeated regular
That
season.
shit is weird. That's weird.
Total wins,
Where is your
most
wife?
wins in NFL history, most Super Bowl appearances in coaching history, and tied for the most Super Bowl wins in NFL history. For 2 decades, he built a dynasty out of unwavering discipline and focus. He demanded excellence, shunned distractions, and treated emotion like a weakness. But not anymore. Now, at 73 years old, the architect of the Patriots empire can no longer control his shallow desires, and it has resulted in him becoming a laughingstock of the entire sport of professional football. A new relationship with a woman 50 years younger
She's not right either. She isn't right either.
than him has turned the NFL's most feared mind into a weak old man. And it's not even necessarily because she is so young, but rather because she is taking over his business affairs, making business decisions for him, barking orders on his field, and even deciding what questions he can and cannot answer in interviews. Who would have guessed that Bill Belichick's toughest opponent wouldn't be a quarterback, but his own desires for a 20-something-year-old cheerleader?
But Coach, you used to talk about Foxborough High School when we sucked. But now I know why you were so obsessed with Foxborough High School. You were scouting your new girlfriend.
They met at a daddy-daughter dance. What? I mean,
Sir.
no. They met on the swing set.
Sir, this order will make it socially acceptable for a man in his 70s to date a 24-year-old.
That's right. We're calling it the Belichick Law. We're gonna make girlfriends young again, okay?
This all started when he impulsively ended 3 decades of marriage with his wife, Debbie Clark, for a fleeting affair. For almost 30 years, Bill and Debbie had the picture-perfect marriage. Clark really stood by Belichick's side for most of his coaching career as the couple traveled from place to place to fulfill his lifelong dream of becoming an NFL head coach. During that period, Belichick helped craft dominant defenses that contributed to the New York Giants' Super Bowl victories in the 1986 and 1990 seasons, eventually redefining his legacy with the New England Patriots. One could say that Belichick and Clark were the definition of a power couple. Debbie completed her higher education at Wesleyan University, but chose to sacrifice her career to support Belichick's goals and take care of their children. However, in 2006, Belichick and Clark abruptly ended their marriage. While the couple didn't publicly discuss the breakdown of their marriage, rumors spread that Bill had an alleged affair with a woman named Sharon Shinoka, who was revealed to be a receptionist for the New York Giants. And when it was discovered that Belichick had been allegedly sending money to Shinoka during her own divorce, rekindling his relationship with Debbie was out of the question. However, while Belichick's home life was falling apart, his career was reaching new heights. Under his leadership, the Patriots won numerous Super Bowl titles, cementing their place as one of the greatest teams of all time. His partnership with quarterback Tom Brady became one of the most iconic coach-player duos in sports history. There was a 10-year stretch where it felt like the Patriots owned the Lombardi Trophy, except for those 2 times that Eli Manning and the Giants just absolutely destroyed them. Tom viewed Bill as a stoic leader. When things were extremely stressful, Belichick had always seemed to be in complete control. Our coach, we know his style. You guys know his style. He's never too up. He's never too down. He never really lets anything get in the way of what we're trying to accomplish. And during this dominant run, it looked like everything in Bill Belichick's life was turning around. He chose to not get remarried, but he did settle down with a long longtime girlfriend, Linda Holliday, a headstrong businesswoman who brought him to charity events and frequently spent time with his children. The two stayed together for nearly the entirety of Bill's legendary dominance with the Patriots from 2007 to 2023. However, towards the end of Bill's career, we learned that his loyalty and discipline would be challenged when he met a young cheerleader in her third year of college, who was 4 decades younger than his current girlfriend. In February of 2021, Belichick boarded a flight from the Boston area to Florida when he was sat beside a 20-year-old cheerleader who was attending Bridgewater State University. Her name, Jordan Hudson. In an attempt to spark a conversation, Belichick inquired about some schoolwork Hudson had been working on, and they hit it off. It was the kind of conversation a grandfather would have with his granddaughter. The pair bonded over Hudson's deductive logic textbook before Belichick autographed the inside cover, writing, "Thanks for giving me a course on logic." Having met one of the most famous figures in sports, Jordan took a selfie with Bill, who can be seen grinning from ear to ear.
He never smiles.
Millions of fans at this point in his career, this interaction stood out to Bill. It piqued his interest enough that the two exchanged contact information and, quote, remained friendly following the flight. Belichick initially held off pursuing Hudson, but eventually succumbed to temptation. The pair were captured walking through the French Quarter in New Orleans in January of 2023. It almost felt like Belichick forgot about his high-profile status as the two were spotted again in the city on a dinner date in September. That same month, People announced that Bill and his longtime partner Linda separated after 16 years together. An insider shared that the, quote, relationship ran its course and the couple had been pretty separate for a while. Unfortunately, Linda was ingrained in various aspects of Belichick's life, including being the president of the Bill Belichick Foundation, making their breakup more complicated. They have issues to clear up that come from a long relationship as well as her role in his professional life. Shortly after, the head coach of the Patriots announced his retirement after the 23-24 season. Bill said, "We had a vision of building a winner, building a championship football team here, and that's exceeded my wildest dreams and expectations. The amount of success we were able to achieve together through a lot of hard work and contributions of so many people." He ended his 24 seasons with the team and over 45 years in the NFL. Following his retirement, Belichick and Jordan soft-launched their relationship as he was spotted at Hudson's cheerleading competition. He was also seen with her on a work trip to Croatia. Soon, everybody knew about his relationship with a significantly younger woman. During Netflix's The Roast of Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski took a jab at his old head coach's newfound preference for younger women.
But Coach, you used to talk about Foxborough High School. You were scouting your new girlfriend.
In June, Hudson shamelessly attended Tom Brady's Patriots Hall of Fame induction ceremony alongside Bill. That same month, TMZ confirmed their relationship, detailing how Hudson quietly supported Belichick at his games at Gillette Stadium throughout the 22, 23, and 24 seasons. This revelation painted a different picture of Belichick's character. While Linda and his kids sat in the suite watching the man they loved lead his team to victory, another woman was in the crowd doing the same thing. After TMZ reported the couple's origin story about how they bonded over the deductive logic textbook, the book's author and Harvard professor Warren Goldfrapp told TMZ that he stoked his work played a role in their love story, joking, "I'm delighted to see that logic, so often derided as a dry subject, has finally been recognized for its romantic potential." But most people don't really see the positives of this relationship. The 49-year age gap is often referred to as gross, questioning what a 70-year-old man could possibly have in common with a woman in her early 20s. The women of The View roasted Belichick and Hudson's relationship, repeatedly poking fun at their enormous age gap.
This girl is hearing wedding bells.
My hand has been
but
cramping
the question
lately.
is, can he hear them?
So she's 24 and he's 72.
Yes. Well, when they asked her, how old are you? She said, this many.
Sonny Hostin speculated that the people would not care as much if the genders were reversed, which is debatable. Demi Moore received negative media coverage when the 40-year-old started dating 25-year-old Ashton Kutcher. However, nothing was said when Jennifer Lopez, who was 41, began dating 24-year-old backup dancer Casper Smart. Madonna, who was aged 61, dated her backup dancer who was 25, a 36-year age gap. But host Joy Behar was not interested in discussing a double standard. She wanted everyone to look at this relationship honestly.
The guy is 48. By the time she's 48, he'll be in an urn on a mantle.
And rich. She'll be rich.
financially
They'll be
rich.
free
All
now.
right, then let's not be romantic about it, and let's talk the truth.
But maybe
here.
it is
It's about the
romantic.
cash.
Well, we don't
Come
know
on.
that.
And in an odd twist of fate, one person did come to Belichick and Hudson's defense: Jordan's 64-year-old ex-boyfriend and businessman Joshua L. Zuckerman. He said he met Hudson several years ago after bonding over psychology, philosophy, and nature, and then they became romantic. Which is interesting when you think about it, because she met Bill when she was 20. So if Josh Zuckerman met her several years ago, how old would that make her exactly? Anyways, the two dated for a while, only ending their relationship shortly before Hudson began dating Belichick. Zuckerman says he's still friendly with Hudson, telling TMZ he has been appalled by some of the negative things that have been said about his ex online. I've been getting calls left and right from news stations about my relationship with Jordan Hudson. I've been involved with Jordan platonically and romantically, and I consider her a good friend. I feel bad that she's caught up in this whirlwind. I'm a former business owner in the healthcare field. We regularly discuss business and shared interest in psychology, philosophy, and most importantly, our love of nature. Zuckerman's comments about Hudson don't necessarily describe a gold digger who takes advantage of older men. If anything, his reflection on their time together sound a lot like her relationship with Belichick. Maybe Hudson just finds herself connecting better with men with more life experience. Then again, other relationships that are similar in nature to this typically see the younger women using intimacy and loyalty as leverage, and using that leverage to get the older and richer man to invest large amounts of money into their lifestyle, education, or career. And it seems like that
Now
might
he coaches
be
for
what
college
Jordan
just in
Hudson is
case she
doing,
doesn't
starting
work
with
out.
Bill helping
I
her
bet.
grow her personal brand. The 72-year-old
He don't give a shit about
randomly
college
decided
football.
to join Instagram, announcing his decision on the Pat McAfee show. His account gained over 85,000 followers in a few hours and currently sits at 457,000. When he made the announcement, he referred to the app as InstaFace, likely confusing Instagram with Facebook.
You know, Pat, I can't really believe I'm doing this, but I've joined InstaFace.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he's on InstaFace.
Yes.
Yep, he's going to be tweeting on InstaFace officially.
It's safe to assume that
Old
Jordan was
ass.
probably the one who advised Bill to create this account, that he needed to continue building his brand and connecting directly with his audience. While Belichick's page mainly features himself, Hudson posts pictures and videos of the couple together, including one where
You
the
are
couple
going to
doing
hurt
yoga on
him!
the beach. According to
Bitch!
social
Are you crazy? That motherfucking, his hips are gonna go out. Bill Lottie, you almost just took Bill Belichick's life on Instagram. The ex-boyfriend probably in on it? Probably.
Directly with his audience.
I bet your
While
parents
Belichick's
are.
page
She's
mainly
a
features
little
himself.
off.
Hudson posts pictures and videos of the couple together, including one where the couple are doing yoga on the beach. According to Social Blade, her page had less than 3,000 followers before she was in this relationship. Now her account has over 93,000 followers and is continuing to grow. Jordan also recently amassed an $8 million real estate portfolio during her time with Bill. The first property was purchased in June of 2023 for $2.3 million, and she took out a $1.2 million mortgage on the home. December of 2023 saw Hudson buy 2 more properties, a multi-unit apartment building
She's
for $2
cashing
million,
out.
as well as a $2.2
Damn.
million building. Recently, Jordan was able to pay off all of her debts, and today the $3.6 million in loans has been settled. Likely feeling young and spry again, in December of 2024, Bill Belichick decided to come out of retirement when he signed a lucrative contract with the University of Carolina, reportedly worth $10 million annually over 5 years, making him the highest paid state employee in North Carolina. He said, "I've always wanted to coach college football. It just never really worked out. Had some good years in the NFL, so that was okay. But this is really kind of a dream come true." And this makes sense because we know that Bill feels more comfortable around college-age individuals. Almost immediately,
Three
his
more hours,
girlfriend
gang?
appeared to
Damn,
have a
you
lot of
still at work?
influence
Damn.
UNC. After filing a FOIA
He needed
request
some
with
bread
the
back. You
university,
damn right he
higher
did.
Education reporter Matt
So let
Hartman
me go
got
make a
an
couple.
email
Let
from
me go make a
Belichick to
couple.
North Carolina staffer requesting that Hudson be
Couple
copied
tens
on
of
all
mils.
emails between the two moving forward. Belichick wrote, "I'm including Jordan on this email so she can keep up with our postings. Can you include her on anything you send to me? Thanks." From there, a rumor spread that Jordan was banned from the facilities for sticking her nose where it doesn't belong, but UNC quickly denied the report, informing people in a statement that while Jordan Hudson is not an employee be at the university or Carolina athletics, she is welcome to the Carolina football facilities. And when an interviewer was finally able to get a one-on-one with Bill to discuss this relationship, Jordan stepped in to control the narrative. On April 27th, CBS aired an interview with Belichick where he sought to promote his new book, The Art of Winning: Lessons from a Life in Football. Jordan even got her name into this book, where he referred to her as his creative muse. Hudson accompanied Bill during his interview with journalist Tony DeCouple. Tony described her as a constant presence during their conversation.
You have Jordan right over there. Everybody in the world seems to be following this relationship.
They've got
an opinion about
shirt with the rip in it.
Got nothing to do with them.
Did the overnight shift? You're right. I forgot you told me that.
How do you deal with that?
Never been too worried about what everybody else thinks. Just try to do what I feel like is best for me and what's right.
How did you guys meet?
Not talking about this.
No?
No.
It's a topic neither one of them is comfortable commenting on.
The interview got awkward once again when Tony talked about Bill sharing cute moments between him and his girlfriend on Instagram, only to reveal that he clearly has no idea what's being posted on social media.
You're balancing Jordan on your feet. She's doing kind of the Titanic pose.
Yeah, so I'm on some of those social media platforms, but I honestly don't follow him.
Coach, blink twice if you are in danger. She's all up in his business and calling the shots. Sad. And her calling the shots is not an exaggeration at all. An inside source at Page 6 said that Hudson is now the CEO of Belichick Inc. and wears every hat in the organization. However, Jordan's annoying presence and need for control in Bill's life might be preventing her from getting the business opportunities she clearly wants from this relationship. Page 6 revealed that Hudson demanded to be an executive producer on Belichick's docuseries Hard Knocks. Belichick's first season as the head football coach at the University of North Carolina was supposed to be featured on the series, but the project was canceled 2 days later, with many people believing it was because of Jordan. On March 3rd, the NFL's vice president for commercial operations and business affairs,
a bacteria,
confirmed that they would not proceed with the
just
production
legal
of
cash
the
for
Belichick
Coochie.
project. She allegedly noted
she's
the
taking
conversation
everything.
took a turn we were not
she's
comfortable
getting
with.
generational wealth.
The project claimed that Hudson wanted to see the dailies of
she has crazy eyes too,
which is essentially the raw, unedited footage of this entire production. She allegedly told execs to treat her with respect or they wouldn't get Belichick's IP. The Hard Knocks people were like, we can't deal with this, goodbye, and they walked away. A separate article revealed that Hudson forced her way into a Dunkin' Donuts Super Bowl commercial. She forced her way in, but Bill saw it as a way for her to get paid. People said they've never seen anything like it. Although Hudson doesn't have any lines, she got a considerable amount of screen time as she can be seen looming behind Ben Affleck and directly next to Coach Belichick. Now, Bill Belichick is not a stupid man. I doubt he is being blindly taken advantage of by this woman. He probably just doesn't care. It seems like he is having some sort of end-life crisis. He was grouchy, tight-lipped, and bitter for his whole career, and now his granddaughter-aged girlfriend has softened him up, got him into yoga, put him on social media, and even brought him back to college where she introduced him to all her friends. He clearly doesn't care that she is in his business endeavors. In fact, he seems to encourage it and is helping her advance her career. That way, when he dies, she won't just have his millions, she will also have a job to maintain those millions. Then again, Jordan is almost 25 years old, and if Belichick is anything like Leonardo DiCaprio, Jordan might be getting a little too old to be Bill's girlfriend.